In this video I'm going to show you the intro to Boom Boom by John Lee Hooker. You should already have learnt a simple version of the whole song which we did in an earlier lesson. If you haven't, do click the link coming up now to do that. Also, as I said before, there's a number of different versions of this song, so do click the link to get a copy of this exact rendition on iTunes now. So I'll start by showing you how the intro goes, but just to say, if you've been going through the course video by video, congratulations, this will be your first attempt at learning a simple kind of solo. So I'll show you that now. I've put the tab up on the screen now and I'll talk you through it. Starts off with a slide on string 3, fret 2, and we're going to start off in the first position and just slide up to the 4th fret. So we're changing position with this slide. So we're now in the 3rd position and we'll use our index finger to play the next note, which is fret 3 on string 2. I'll show you that. You might need to practice that slide a few times and get used to just sliding up and going to the next note. And then if you look now, you can see that the slide then goes backwards, so it goes from 4 down to 2. So you can easily practice that as a nice phrase. Once you're used to that, we can add the next note. So it's and then we can look at the next little chunk, which is just fret 2 on string 4, then open, then back to 2 again. So once you've got that solid, you can put the 2 together. One more time. So I'd suggest you practice that quite a few times before moving on, make sure you're confident with it. And then you can see it just goes to the riffs that we learnt before, so make sure you click the link to look at the other lesson if you don't know this bit already. It just goes to an E, or the E riff as we called it. So I'll just show you how those two are played. Okay, then we come to the next lick, which goes... So it's quite similar. Starts with the open 3rd string, and then we do this kind of reverse slide that we did before, 4 on the same string down to 2. So it's open, then open again, and then the same little lick as before, string 4, fret 2, then open, then 2. And then we've got the same E riff. So it goes. So I'd suggest that you practice that quite a few times, get it fluent, and then we can put the first 2 phrases together. So just practice that round and round until you're confident with it. And I would suggest don't push on to the next section until you feel pretty good about that bit. If you look at the tab now, you can see that we're going to go on to the next little solo, and then there's the A riff. So I'll play you that. So it starts on string 2, fret 3, then open, then string 3, fret 2, then open, then string 4, fret 2, then open, then 2. So hopefully you can see that's the same little chunk as before. So it goes. Slightly different phrasing that little bit, because it's held at the end, but it's the same movement. And then we've got the A riff, which is the same as the E riff, but a string higher. And then if you look at the next chunk, you can see it's the same as the second little riff was. So it's just... So if we go from the beginning... So the fact that you've got two sections that are the same makes it a little bit easier to play. So I'd suggest that you go through it in the way that I went through it with you there. So learn a chunk, learn the next chunk, then put those two together, then learn the next chunk, put the three together, and then finally do the fourth bit and put the whole thing together. It may take a little bit of practice. A couple of tips is to make sure that when you do your slides, you're quite light. If you press too hard, you'll get stuck. You'll be very, very light, but not so light that you can't hear it. So you could go too light and be like... So not too hard, not too light, we want nice and smooth. The other thing that I'd like you to notice is that this is on the pentatonic scales that we've been learning. It's very good, probably the clearest one is when it goes... It's almost straight down the scale there, but you can see the slides are in our second shape that we learnt in this lesson. It's in that part of the scale. Okay, so that's the Boom Boom intro by John Lee Hooker. Good luck learning it.